Hey everyone, here are 10 Brad Pitt movies you should watch. Number 10, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. In this one, Brad Pitt partners with Angelina Jolie. They play a couple that are both secretly working as spies. And in this film, Brad Pitt plays the role of Mr. Smith. And his performance in this film was very charismatic and dynamic. And the way he managed to blend action and humor in this film was just done very, very seamlessly. And his chemistry with Angelina Jolie was another thing that just added to the overall entertainment of this film. This film was a very, very interesting film. Everything that came together to work with it. Angelina's performance, Brad's performance, their chemistry, the comedy, the action, everything just worked brilliantly. And Brad's performance in this film was fantastic. Number 9, Troy. In this one, he plays the role of warrior Achilles, and his performance in this film was very, very compelling. The way he portrayed Achilles was done so, so well. The way he captured Achilles' strength and his vulnerability was something that added to the nuance of the character and made the character a much more memorable character. And the story generally, the story of the whole film in general was a story that was very, very interesting to watch. And I feel like Brad Pitt's performance, although he's not the main character, it's probably one of the main characters. It's not the center character, but his performance was something that still added to the overall brilliance of this film. If you're a fan of medieval epics, I'm sure you're going to watch through and you're going to love it. Number 8, Ocean's 11. In this one, he plays the role of Rusty Ryan. Rusty was a very charming and effortlessly cool character. And the way Brad portrays this laid-back, charismatic character was something that was so, so brilliant to see. And the way he plays it just added to the overall brilliance of the film. This film is a film that has so many big names in it. And the way Brad manages to make his character so suave and sophisticated was something that just made the film overall brilliant. Like I said, there are so many big names in this film, but Brad was just able to own his character so well and was just so, so integral to the whole film. And that was something that I just really, really loved in this film. If you're a fan of heist films and you've not seen Ocean 11s, my guy, you have to see it. You are going to love it. Number 7, Fury. In this one, he plays the role of Sergeant Don Collier, aka War Daddy, a commander of a war tank during World War II. And his performance in this film was so gritty and so intense. And the way he conveys the complexities of being a tank commander in World War II was something that was done very, very convincingly. Another thing I loved with his performance in this film was the way he was able to convey leadership and vulnerability in the midst of the harsh realities of war was something that just made me appreciate his character and enjoy this film so much more. There are other actors that came together to work with this film, but his performance in this film was just so, so good. And the fact that it was the main character just added to the overall brilliance of this film. If you're a fan of war films, you have to check this film out. I am 1000% sure you are going to love it. Number 6, Seven. In this one, he partners with Morgan Freeman as two detectives that are investigating a series of killings, and he plays the role of Detective David Mills in this film. His performance in this film was so emotional and it was so gripping to watch. The way he captures his character's evolving emotions and his internal struggles was something that was done so beautifully. And every time he was on screen acting and doing his thing, it was just so magnetic. And his chemistry with Morgan Freeman in this film was another thing that added to the overall enjoyment of this film. This film, Seven, was a very, very emotional and it was a very, very intense film. If you watch this film, I am sure you're going to love the film, the story, and the performances from all the actors. Number 5, Babylon. In this one, he plays the role of Jack Conrad. Jack Conrad is a movie star that is approaching the end of his career. And his performance in this film was just so natural and so, so wonderful to see. The way he plays this man was something that was done beautifully. You can always see the struggles that this man is facing and how the end of his career is weighing on him and the feeling that he's having about the whole thing. And it was something that was done so well. Along with the performance in this film, the story of this film was also a very, very intriguing story. If you are someone that loves or wants to know more about the filmmaking industry at some point in time, watch this film. I am sure you're going to love it. Number 4, Bullet Train. Of all the performances from Brad Pitt I've seen, I feel like this one is the most deranged of the characters he has ever played. His character in this film was a very, very fun character to watch, but it was also a very, very unhinged character. Watching this man as he was trying to survive on this bullet train, encountering different obstacles and the way he was able to surmount them was something that was so, so brilliant to see. And the overall story of this film was something that was just so, so brilliant and so, so interesting to watch. The blood and the gore and the action sequences of this film was so, so interesting to watch. And like I said, the performance from Brad Pitt was unhinged but fun, and it was something that just added to the overall brilliance of this film. Number 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This film was directed by Quentin Tarantino and it stars Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie and Leonardo DiCaprio as the main characters in this film. And Brad Pitt's performance in this film was stellar. The way he was able to blend the charm of his character and the ruggedness of the character was something that was just done so seamlessly. His performance in this film was brilliant. Not that it's only his performance that was brilliant. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio is also in this film, and Margot Robbie is also in this film, and their performance in this film was so good to see. There was just something so interesting and so charming about Brad Pitt's performance in this film, and his performance in this film also ending an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. And that's something that should just tell you how good his performance was in this film. Overall, this film was brilliant. The performances were incredible. The direction by Quentin Tarantino was spot on, and everything just worked brilliantly with this film. Number 2, Fight Club. In this one, he plays the role of Tyler Durden, and his performance in this film was riveting. The way Brad captured the character's rebellious spirit was something that was just so magnetic to watch. Like, every time Brad Pitt was on the screen in this film, I was just so glued. I was so interested in whatever I wanted to do. And his performance was just so brilliant. And his performance in this film just contributes to the film's thought-provoking and edgy atmosphere. And he also shares the screen with Edward Norton in this film, and their chemistry together was something that added to the overall brilliance of this film. I feel like I really appreciated Edward Norton more because of his chemistry with Brad Pitt, and that just goes to show how good two of them were together in this film. If you've not seen Fight Club and you're interested in thought-provoking, edgy films, watch Fight Club. My guy, you will love it. Number 1, Inglourious Basterds. In this one, he plays the role of Lieutenant Aldo Rain. Lieutenant Aldo Rain is a soldier that infiltrates Germany with some of his underlings or some of his other soldiers to kill Nazis. Brad's performance in this film was so charismatic and intense. The way he mixes his charm, his wit, and his relentless determination was something that was done so seamlessly. And Brad just captured this character fully. In this film, there are a lot of interesting characters. The character of Hans Lander, Shoshana, and the German sniper, I can't remember his name, and the German sniper. But Brad was still able to own his character so well and bring so much to his character. In a film filled with so many interesting characters, Brad was still able to stand out to his character in this film, and his performance in this film was brilliant. Not just his performance, like I said, all the other actors, their performances were also good, and the story of this film also was another thing that was done brilliantly. And I think I am biased to this film because it's a film by Quentin Tarantino, but nonetheless, if you watch this film, I am sure you're going to love it. So those are 10 Brad Pitt films you should watch. What other films by Brad Pitt do you think should have been on this list? Comment below and let me know. If you watch this video till now and you like this video, like, share, comment, and follow me for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.